Hello, I'm Enrique Galicia, Director of AI Innovations at Avanlib, and I'm here to present BIM AI Beyond Hype, real AI solutions for BIM challenges. I've been working for the AEC industry for more than 15 years, creating solutions, courses, and trainings so that it can go better for workflows to be used. I'm here today to share with you an exciting journey that goes beyond what typical applications of AI can do on the AEC industry. And by typical, I refer just creating prompts to get results. So let me introduce first at glance Avanlib, a hardworking partner when it comes into BIM development processes for BIM development, deployment, and improvement. Avanlib presence goes in different spots in the world, and it can be your ally when it comes into custom-driven applications into three different areas, which are holding for digital practice, that it's creating improvements for digital optimizations, BIM and BDC management, for digital solutions, for automation and integration, application of platform development, and AI power for digital solutions on the eco, and as well for the development of smart twins using BIM, Internet of Things, and AI. This is just a reference of some clients Avanlib has worked with, and we can go jump directly into the AI application of things. So as we have realized recently, there's almost a lot of AI new companies working around, and as well they go for different scopes and uses from different types of settings. As well, it getting improved and changed upon the time very quickly. So that's the reason we need to get grasp on what is might be required and how is that connected to our day-to-day. In the general terms of AEC, we got it application tools that are from design, the ones that goes for construction development and as well for getting into facility management. And it can get a little overwhelmed because it might change very quickly. So that may be a reason to have some help around. So here are some strategical questions for a deeper AI understanding. And when it comes to an application, how to evaluate it or how to get it blend so that we know that's going to affect our AEC workflows. So we need to know where the data training comes. If it's going to be something democratic that it's happening into multiple companies, or if it's something particular to our own sets. The definitions of data sources and size, how is that going to get connected to everything else? If they're going to have an incremental relational connection, which means that each time we're doing some other choices, or we're having some dictionaries, or we're having some relation with the AI, it will get better within the time. So it will have improvement. It will also set that one of trends on 2024 is the privacy protections, because as we're getting more language models, if they are on our site or they are already being shared, it's different. And how we're going to nurture our infrastructure, because those things are not here just to be on a glance, they're going to become part of our core competences when it becomes to the different types of business models. So we have three main components that we want to tackle for doing an proper AI implementation for the settings. And the first one of that one is when it comes to AI creation related. That means extracting and learning from not created data so that it comes with the data you have, how the AI is being trained, and from that process, how does that one will give you something additional. And for that, we need to just go a little back. So there are three types of AI, so that at this point, we're getting narrow tasks. So that means that we're asking something, getting something back, and as well as it getting connected upon semantics or upon other solutions, it goes deeper from that. From that specialized one task is if it's oriented to a goal learning, a single task, or something defined within parameters. That might be the main reason that sometimes it just gets into algorithms being solved, but within that one, it might require getting different dictionary transactions. Within the subsets, we have on a deep learning settings, how it's going to get processed with the language models. When artificial neural networks and solutions to be explained by brain-inspired machine learning models. When it comes into machine learning, how the algorithms will work, and within artificial intelligence, all the techniques that enable machines. So getting on those subsets, we have a list of application samples in which AI can be working around, and within those, we have worked upon platform development so that we can have multiple solutions happen. The most important ones from this list would say that it goes from space planning, concept modeling. We'll also go on the things of model creation on the design phase, working with value engineering, building performance, and as the construction, as the information is getting flow better, it can have more prediction and result analysis. So when it comes into the solution being implemented, the number of AI stable diffusion models and as well as different technologies has been increasing. So practical samples goes from sketch to image, from model to render, from render to segmentation and analysis, from analysis to different types of objects. From those to be related into becoming something different so that it becomes a solution for creating images, for creating sets around. So just samples of some common uses of prompt creation imagery when it becomes into getting it from sketches to objects, as well as being a quite valuable tool because within that one exploration can happen. And think of AI as a partner in design, helping us transform text into 3D models, scans with detailed objects and ideas into tangible realities. This creative partnership is what sets us apart. So here are some samples as well. This is just drone scanning happening within the three-dimensional objects, but within that one getting some data around it, and as well using technologies or different type of approaches. We can get connected into the ways of transforming from image to three-dimensional objects. Things that we need to keep in mind is that not sensitive data need to be exposed. We need to have control of our models, and so far it depends on who's providing the technology and how they're getting connected, and how that one will get the proper accuracy and veracity. So for this type of efforts, our vessel Mirar app, it's a continuous improvement to be added feature for a connected process where it can help solutions to be accessible, tested, and improvement. As far as now, Mirar is already available on Autodesk App Store and as well as available on our webpage so that you can be doing a trial and testing how it works. It has a connected infrastructure so that it's getting improved every time and it's getting fixes as soon as possible. So as far as now, it's having the prompt being crafted upon if you're using a sketch or if you're using viewport or if you already have an image to get the use of some landscape styles and settings. We need to grasp in between when it becomes tools in which you will not require training, or if you are getting very technical, how do you get that training to help you on the way you want it? So on the sample we're looking at, we're just adding like very basic prompting within the settings from the viewport on Revit, and then from there running so that we can grasp a image generated alternative. We can also use that one to create feathers so that we are getting just a masking environment, or as well we can upscale it if we want to use it from there. But the logic behind that, it goes further because within those developments is using other technologies to get things created up to 3D, get connected within segmentation, and as well, it's on a continuous improvement according to clients' needs and as well our advisory board. Here are other examples of Mirar being used on an exterior settings, having it from a complete project, and within that one just getting very generic specific indications, so that therefore it can just be solving what we are requiring from it. So we can see from here, ongoing developments go within crafting geometry, crafting elements, and getting in between so that they can be solved around. And as well, we have a channel on YouTube which is getting updates upon how the technology is being released and blended from different providers, or as well within our own development processes. Some other examples about Mirar getting improvements within a picture being transformed and translated. Then we can go into our second component, that it's talking about AI analysis to transformation. Within this matter, we are thinking on much more related aspects of AAC, in which we can are creating files, creating documents, creating within the documents new rules, new rule sets, so that they can be relieved, and as well with that one get us a different type of solutions. So critical components to AEC AI are that we need to have the analysis results. We have to work on the improved feedback loops and bias to have most likely patterns so that they can be predicted and to have next steps as a workflow. So for each product we're developing, we have a set of why is it called AI, what will be something change, and to aim that process, we're setting up a toolbar creation, which will help on that, specifically going on a BEP analysis type of quality check within coordination and within detailing time management, so that all the efforts that are being crafted upon from the models you have, transforming it into something that might be digested as a document or going backwards so that you can be reviewing and getting all the information. So from ongoing development, we have struct model data, standards, libraries, databases, strat layouts to getting your documents in, instead of creating just the rules, just to read the rules from the models that are existing so that therefore they can become on a different type of coded element, such as a JSON file or a document, and it be added to an MLL model. As well for drafting and creating uses for detailing drawings, so that therefore the resolution you needed, it can be just used from there, and as well connected, and within batching and development for the workflows that are working. Since Leap is working with a complete cycle going from feasibility to design to development, construction, and to the end of the digital twins, any type of workflow that can be added upon to that one can be part of the pipeline process creation. So as well within the cost, time, and settings that are required for BTC, such as well doing automations upon a web service, we have a vessel that it's being developed within the use of those integrations that it's called Andiamo. And within Andiamo, it's already available on this first set on our web page to be used upon Revit from versions 2019 to 2024. What Andiamo does at this point, it has like within these two controllers to become an assistant, so that if you are having quality standards or you wanted to read documents, what is happening from there is that it's reading those so that it can help you to understand the information, and it's being currently getting development upon much more specific requirements, considering the workflows we're thinking of. So yes, reading the information from data, but also how does that one can be reflected on another type of file or growing on a language model, so that the things you have already talking to, it will be added as well. And we have here in this sample, reading things from a filter, or reading things from a document of EP, or as well if we have an XML file, reading from those settings, how the naming should be if it's already been created in a certain way. So in that sample, reading from a CSV file that it's being crafted from a plugin application, then what's the data about it? Why is this document relevant? And how we can use it to know where it might be connected on different spots. So practical applications working within Andiamo is within technical knowledge, interpreting data, reading from the model so that it becomes into the language model, going back, doing queries, creating chatbots, etc. So a lot of potential happening from here. but then from there it needs to be grasped in a certain way so that things are growing exponentially and as well within the same settings. So there's also a lot of features being added, and as well it's a continuous vessel so that it's getting improved every time. And mostly with that one is as getting questions or getting feedback from the advisory board. It gets reviewed and which tools should be put it upon next. Yeah, depending on the corresponding files, getting information from files as well, extracting data so that it's not about reading, but it's about how to fix issues, how to fix elements. And from that, evolving as a virtual assistant. At this point, Andiamo being only Revit based, but within plans of becoming a web tool development, working on feasibility, and as well a tool working on forward for automates and for BDC management. It wouldn't be the case if it's not been thinking about becoming mobile or being connected with XR technologies, because as well as more as we connect into those, everything will rely better. And as we have learned from practice, the best answers are always when they are becoming easier to implement. Some other samples for the third component. The third component will be within the infrastructure nurture, and that means that as the things evolve so fast, they need to be plug and playable so that if a component is getting out of date or there's a new advantage being placed upon the technology, we need to adapt. And in that case, Leap is your first ally because in that case, it can help to move into these handlebars that are might get daunting, and from that get into different types of solutions, and as well as being integrated to other platforms or being crafted upon the client, it might also be easier to understand what's happening with AI on a practical level. Some other samples when it comes into the last part of the component, because infrastructure created on Mirar and Diamo, it's also being as a platform service for future uses, so that it's not just getting specific pieces, but to creating a complete environment. From the conclusions we can have is AI is something we need to embrace as a core element. It's going to be connected to our journey, and as well as better it can become, it will also be better use. So I believe aim to achieve a transformation in the ASE industry and beyond AI hype. It's clear that we're on the spot of embracing its core element to our identity. We're here to help, motivate, create surprise, and to connect it to make it easier on a journey that increases technological benefits. Thank you, and any other information, please contact me directly. We're here to help. I'm just putting this one here. 0.